The following presentation is brought to you by your local law enforcement agency and crime prevention officer. From the Crime Prevention series, this is Home Safety.
911.
I got somebody at my back door with a crowbar trying to get in. He's leaving in a van. The black guy with curls.
This is a black male in a van, small SUV type vehicle.
He parked the van, and all of a sudden I heard somebody in the other side of the house, and I walked into the office, and he's trying to open the door with a crowbar.
3514, all cars that got that vehicle. I believe it's that 340 Dakota Trail. 3514, we got him running. Run the back off the South Court Lawn.
10, 15 minutes, maybe, but usually 10 minutes, I'm in and out of a house. It's hard to recognize a burglar. You know, you just can't. It's just really hard. There's no one thing that attracts a person to a residence. Opportunity is the biggest thing. As a burglar, as a thief, you don't think about the impact that you're having on the people.
Each year, there are over 2 million burglaries nationwide, costing victims over $3 billion. A burglary takes place every 6 seconds, with an approximate average of $1,500 in cash and property stolen each time. This year, 1 in 60 homes will be burglarized. These crimes happen everywhere, in every city, town, suburb, and rural area. No matter where you live, you are at risk for a home burglary. Many people don't realize how vulnerable they are in their own home until it's too late. The key to home safety is knowledge. Your local crime prevention officer is an important resource that your police department makes available to you. This person is rich with information affecting your neighborhoods. As criminals take action in your area, working with your CPO will give you a positive advantage in dealing with crime. Your CPO can give you information on how to protect yourself and your belongings. Knowing what makes a home a target can also help keep you safe. For that information, we're taking you inside the mind of a thief. You're about to learn how a longtime home burglar thinks, what he looks for in a home, and ways he says you can protect yourself. This is Ennis Sweats. He's 40 years old and has spent 23 years of his life in prison for burglary. Ennis began burglarizing houses when he was 11 years old. 29 years later, he's sharing his experiences to save homeowners from people like himself.
My first crime was burglary when I was 11 years old. One of my brothers took me out on a burglary. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was mainly just following him around to be the carrier. And when we broke into a house, and when we broke into the house, I guess I caught a bug then, because it was, because I think we stole like $1,500. And for me, 11 years old, and my brother split half with me. And so that was like, wow. And from that moment on, I became a burglar. I don't use drugs. Never have, never will. I'm not a drug user, I don't drink. At some point, I don't know when it happened, but then it turned into an adrenaline. It turned into a game for me. It turned into a game, could I break into that house? What would I get in that house? I wonder what they have. It became like a treasure hunt.
A commonly asked question by homeowners who have been burglarized is, why me? Why are some homes avoided, while others become targets?
People have the lights that come on the back and the front, but I could go through a neighbor's yard, jump that fence, and be on the side of your house, no lights come on. So now I'm on the side of your house, getting ready to break in, and you don't even know because the lights didn't come on. And whenever the window's a little bit open because it's summertime, that attracts a burglar. An open window, for sure, will attract a burglar. If you're not going to be home for the next 3 days, have someone take your mail. A sign that you're not home is mail sticking out of your mailbox. Cut your lawn, have your neighbor cut your lawn, because if in the neighborhoods that I was burglarizing, if all these lawns are well trimmed and this one's kind of long and their house is all shut up, they're not home. They're not home burglarized. They're going to be burglarized.
Also important to know is that a thief can strike at any time. Many homeowners think a burglar will only enter a home after dark when they have less of a chance of being seen. But in fact, 60% of residential burglaries occur during the daylight hours.
I did burglaries 24 hours. There was no set, 9 to 5 period. It was any time I felt like doing a burglary, or sometimes when I might have been just out riding my bike and just said, hey, look at them people. They left their window open. And let me investigate that, and then it turns into a burglary. Burglars are always active. A burglar is a burglar, and that means daytime, nighttime, 2 in the morning. There's no set time for a burglar. It's opportunity. So a family might be driving off in their car, and if a burglar's in the neighborhood and he sees a whole family pile into their car and drive off, to him that's an opportunity, and it could be daytime.
Just as there are plenty of attractions that lure a thief, there are also a few red flags that will make them think twice about hitting your home.
My advice, get any kind of dog at all, because a dog is a deterrent. It doesn't have to be a vicious dog. People think you gotta get Cujo. Nope. You can get a little Chihuahua, you can get whatever your favorite little dog is. If it barks, get it, because dogs are a definite deterrent for a burglar. Having outside detection lights on the sides of your house, as well as on the front and back of your house. If you're gonna have lights that come on outside, don't have them where a person can reach them and just unscrew them, because I've unscrewed many of them. If I could reach it and just unscrew it, so much for the light. The light's not a bother anymore. Now I can do whatever I was going to do. If I see an alarm on this house and no alarm on the house next door, between a house that has an alarm and a house that doesn't have an alarm, I'm going to take the house without the alarm, most of the time.
Once your home is chosen as a target, an experienced burglar will gain entry quickly and quietly.
Either put duct tape on the bottom of the window and get like a small round rock and tap the window and it cracks, it breaks, and then you just peel off the duct tape and the window comes off with it. And then inside there's usually a little screen, but the screen's no problem because you could just push the screen and it'll come right out, hold it, and it won't fall on the floor in there. The sliding door would be blocked from the bottom, and you would put a bar at the bottom of the door. Well, for me, I would just push the door all the way until it hit the bar. People have a bar down there. I would push the top of the door, and the door would lift up a little bit, enough for my head to get in, and once my head got in, I could get the rest of my body in. I would recommend for people, if you're gonna have a sliding door, have the kind with a metal bar in the middle of the door. If you want it cracked a little bit, have the adjustable bar that goes right in the middle of the door, because the only way to get in is to bust the whole window out.
The average burglary only takes a few minutes. Once the burglar is in your home, they know exactly where to go and what to look for.
My primary things was jewelry and cash. Jewelry and cash. That was because it's the easiest thing to carry out. Usually anywhere in the master bedroom. Master bedroom, because obviously the people who live in the master bedroom, a burglar assumes has all the money in there. First of all, I would look under the mattresses. I would tip over the mattresses and look underneath the bed and the nightstands, and of course all the dresser drawers. All the dresser drawers get emptied, flipped upside down and checked. Behind the dresser, in the closets, in shoe boxes. I rarely stole electronics and things of that nature. When I was doing burglary, I was on a bike, so a 40-inch TV, a 50-inch TV is out of the question. A safe is an attraction. If a person if a burglar sees a safe, in their heart, even if there's nothing in there but a lollipop, in their heart though, there's $1 billion in that safe. If I was in someone's house and they had a house safe, and I could lift it, I'd take it. I'd just take the safe, because I can always get it open. But if it was attached to the home in some way, like bolted to the floor or something like that, then your stuff is safe. Because, like I said, a burglar's not going to sit there for hours on end trying to rip your floorboards up and all that.
Once a homeowner has been burglarized, they want to know who stole their belongings and what that person will do with them. Chances are, those belongings have already been sold to someone called a fence.
Everything a burglar takes has to be sold to someone. A fence is a person that sells stolen property for other people, for whatever it is, and usually get 10% of whatever the value of the property is. If you're a part of a neighborhood watch and you see somebody suspicious who's not normally in your neighborhood, don't blow it off. If you see somebody who normally is not in your neighborhood, you have a conversation with them. That's what I would do. I've had conversations with people while I was out doing burglaries and said, well, can't do a burglary in this neighborhood. Just got through talking to this guy about his yard. Yeah, your grass is green. Well, he's seen my whole face, he's seen who I am, and if he says, hey, how you doing, and I start running, well, I'm a prime suspect for the next 2 blocks over, for the next mile over. While I was an active burglar, I never thought of any harm that I was doing to people. Actually, I even had a cop out, and I was like, hey, they have homeowners insurance. They'll be able to replace whatever I take. And as far as that ring they got from their grandma, I try to keep that out of my head, because if I had put that in my head, I probably wouldn't do burglaries. I would have been done doing burglaries a long time ago, that this is a family heirloom that I'm actually taking. As a burglar, as a thief, you don't think about the impact that you're having on the people.
Let's recap what we've learned from Ennis and use it to answer some of the most frequently asked questions and concerns about home burglary. The safest place for money and valuables is in a safe deposit box at the bank. If you must leave them in the home, keep them out of the master bedroom, where almost all thieves go first. A safer place would be to hide them someplace that would be too time-consuming for a burglar to find. If you are robbed when you are in the home, stay calm. It's best to cooperate with the thief. No amount of cash or property is worth getting hurt over. Don't fight back. Instead, concentrate on getting information so you can be an effective witness. Look carefully at the intruders, even if they are masked. If there's something unique about them, such as scars, tattoos, eye color, accents, large or small facial features such as nose or ears, pay attention to what they are wearing, what color is their clothing, and any distinguishing writing or brands on shirts, hats, or shoes. Listen to everything they say and how they say it. Catch any distinguishing odors such as tobacco, alcohol, or aftershave. All these things can help police catch a criminal after they leave your home. Make sure that the exterior of your home is well lit and that there are not any large trees or brush that block the view of your front door from the street. Make sure that all exterior doors and windows are locked and secure. If you have a burglar alarm, be sure that you have it armed. Having a dog in the house will deter a burglar from entering. Just 6 months after Ennis Sweats was interviewed for this production, he was arrested for attempting to break into an occupied home at 10:30 in the morning. The 911 call you heard at the beginning of this video is the homeowner calling police. And now, the actual recording of the police officers apprehending him after a foot pursuit.
3542, we got him running the back off of South Court Lawn.
3520, what direction was he last running?
West on South Court Lawn.
West on South Court Lawn.
North.
Copy, going north now.
North from 6416.
North from 6416, I believe.
You guys be north of the pond?
We got him in the backyard here. Code 41 in custody.
Code 41 in custody in the backyard at 1140.
The information from this video, along with help from your local crime prevention officer, gives you the advantage you need in dealing with crime in your neighborhood and protecting yourself and your belongings. Please share this information with your neighbors, because an informed and aware neighborhood is a safe neighborhood. For additional information on home safety, contact your local police department or crime prevention officer. This has been a presentation of the Crime Prevention Series.
Prison is loneliness. That's what it is. It's just pure loneliness.